Hello, this is Pau, and today I want to do something new, something that I haven't done before. I would like to share myself building a feature, as simple as that, with no edits, no preparation, like just trying to do quite a simple feature. So I'm not, I expect that it's going to be easy, but yeah, just record myself while building something. I've learned a lot by watching other people work and build things, and I think that can be useful to many people. So yeah, and it also adds a little bit of pressure, which probably makes me more productive. So yeah, so the feature I'm going to build is on Fika. This is my main product, and it's basically it's a portal for sharing content, discovering content. So basically, kind of like a social network without all the things that suck about social networks. And the backbone of Fika, it's bookmarking. So basically, saving content and sharing that content with other people. So as an example here, I bookmark this guide, and yeah, I have this thing that's called tags, which basically allow me to add a tag. I don't know, pins, guide, whatever. So you can tag your content, and then you can easily get that content through the tags. Very, very simple stuff, no? But what I would like to do on top of this simple feature, it's basically to propose or to suggest tags to the user, and also a little summary. So to add a bit summary, because this is rather long article, so maybe I want just a small summary of the article. Very simple stuff, but I think it would be a way to showcase a bit the project, and also to show adjacent projects like Handinger. Okay, so Handinger, it's basically another project of mine, which allows you to extract content from the internet. And this is what I use to extract this title, for instance, when was it published. It also extracts the content from the bookmark, and it also discovers feeds. So here I can recommend feeds to people based on the bookmarks they have. And that's because with Handinger, if I click here metadata, I can extract information from websites, like feed in this case. There's no feed for this website, but I don't know, images or whatever. Okay. So yeah, before jumping into implementing it, I'm going to show a bit the data model. So we have users, and users have bookmarks, and bookmarks point to stories. So stories are shared across users, and that's because this is where I do all this metadata fetching. No? So this I go to the internet, I fetch a story, I store it, I process it, I do things, and I don't want to do this for every user. So I do it only once. But bookmarks, it's basically the relationship between this user and the stories, and it also, they contain the tags, because the tags I may put on one bookmark may not be the same as someone else. Okay, so that makes sense. Yeah, what else? Yeah, this is it's a local first application, Fika. So that means that I use Replicache as a sync engine, and yeah, you will see a little bit of it, but basically that's something that's kind of at the bottom. So most of the time you don't really interact with Replicache. But yeah, I just want to mention, because I may mention it while building the feature, because I know for sure I'm gonna have to add these tags and these summaries on the sync layer. So yeah, so let's I think with that we can get started. Yeah, I'm gonna start with the schema. I always start with the database. So I'm gonna look for stories. So that's here, and I'm gonna add summary, thank you, and tags. And yeah, tags is gonna be a string. I think it's fine that it's separated. I don't need another table. This is just gonna be like a piece of text. I think I'm good with that. Next, we're gonna look for the loader, and we're gonna do the same, summary and tags. the loaders are basically it's kind of like the read API. So that's on the Sync engine on Replicache. The loaders is the piece that I built for the client to ask for information. So in this case, it's like, hey, give me all the stories. And give me all the stories mean give me the URL, the title, description, blah, blah, blah. And now it has to include the summary and the text. Fairly simple. The only thing is select story. This is in schemas. Select story. Yeah, select story. Here, yeah, so thank you. Summary and tags. And this is basically the contract between the front end and the back end. So one thing is that database schema. This is purely backend, and this can be whatever. And this is at the API level. So basically that's what this says. And it should have complaint actually. Like I'm not sure why it didn't complain, because we added tags and summary and here it didn't complain. So if I remove it, it's not complaining, and it should. Are the Zot objects not object? Are they strict or not? Strict object. Okay. Let me try this. Strict object. Does it complain now? Doesn't seem to complain much. It says a strict here. I don't know if it's a strict object. That throws an error when unknown keys are found. That's what I want. Well, it's not complaining. I feel a bit cheated. Because if I say here, I don't know, like this, now it does complain. No, it complains differently. Yeah, I'm not super sure why it's happening. Maybe the problem is here. What is this returning? Yeah, I'm not super sure why it's not complaining. But I will leave the strict object. Looks like it's more adequate. Yeah, and this I will work to do. Maybe this belongs here. I don't know where's the problem. Not complaining if there are additional fields. It's not a big deal. Like, honestly, I don't care if I overfetch. But yeah, I would like to be reminded to change the schema when I change the fetch. So this, by the way, it's Drizzle. So I'm using Drizzle. Precisely for this, like to be able to understand exactly the types of the things that I'm fetching. But yeah, here's something to investigate. I'm not gonna solve it now. I have a feature to build, and I wanted to make the video short. But of course, I'm gonna find things as I go. Okay, so I have the loader, so that means I can already fetch the information. I have the schema. I don't have the migration. I need a migration. So I'm going to use .env. And that's .env run, isn't it? Yeah. And Drizzle kit. So .env, this is, I don't know how to pronounce that. These are too many consonants altogether. But this is basically, this is a .env project, like it's by the I think the guy that did this, it's it's the original creator of .env, and it just added an X because it's kind of like encrypted. So basically, so if I show you this, I'm not disclosing anything. So basically, I'm showing you my env all my env variables, but they are all encrypted, which means basically I can put this on my repo. And I can commit when I'm working with other people, they can pull, and you basically need some keys to disencrypt that, and that's it. I have keys locally, which I'm not going to show you, and then I can use these to run commands. So in this case, drizzle kit pull. So in this case, I'm gonna just run drizzle kit to generate the migration. First, I have to pull drizzle kit pull. And isn't this the thing? Because and think to do this. Yes, no. That works. Yay! And now I have to generate, and we're gonna see, unless they fix it, but I doubt. No. That's basically the most annoying bug of Drizzle, which is that it doesn't do the diffing correctly. I just pulled and I said generate, and it basically adds a lot of columns and things that they are correct. It just doesn't do the diffing correctly. This is correct. And I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna add here. So that's good. Okay, so now I have schema, it's run, I have the schema, I have the read API. So I just need to write the data. So how does this work? This is the form for adding stories. This is also when I click here. So this is the Chrome extension, and this is exactly the same form. So this is basically an iframe, and it uses the same form. So basically this is the entry point for bookmarking stuff. And this is called add story form. Yeah, and this is the mutation. So we saw the loaders. Loaders is to load data, and mutations are to write data. And this, what basically we're saying is like, hey, generate this mutation and sync this mutation with the server. So basically, I have to look for this on the server. It's called bookmark story. Bookmark story calls create bookmark, and create bookmark. Yeah, calls create story. And create story, creates a story, and then calls this queue. And that's because, because this happens within a transaction. All the mutations happen within a transaction with very strong guarantees. This is part of implementing replicache. And since this calls Humdinger, this calls an HTTP request. I have this trauma of sending HTTP requests within database transactions, so I always put things on a queue, and that's metadata story queue. Okay. Am I in the correct file? Yeah, metadata story looks correct. Yeah, this. Because this job can be retried. I remember. So this job, every time it runs, it adds 1 to this attempts field, and then it will retry until hitting the number of retries, which is 3. So so basically, if Humdinger fails or the website is not responding because the website is down or whatever, it will retry. It has like I'm using, like, I forgot to say this. This is Cloudflare. So I'm using Cloudflare, and this is the queue binding of Cloudflare. Queues in Cloudflare have this retry mechanism, and you can tell exactly what's the policy for retrying. So so this basically is a counter, so it doesn't retry forever. So it retries only a certain amount of times. And I think I also have a cron job that tries again, because sometimes websites are down for a long time, or they have like protections and things, whatever. Here it is. So this is where I fetch the metadata, and then I guess this is where I update the metadata. Yeah. That is correct. So let me see this fetch metadata. I'm going to open here. It has a schema. This is where it returns. These are the Handlinger options. It calls Handlinger, and then it parses the return. That's it. That's fairly easy. And Handlinger, it's just, yeah, this is the URL, the endpoint. This is the API key here, and just doing a fetch, and the response JSON. So it's a very thin wrapper. Okay, so I'm gonna just duplicate this, and I think I can do this fetch keywords and summary. I'm gonna duplicate this. That's not gonna be the schema. It's gonna be called schema. Here, this is gonna be prompt and JSON schema. Thank you. And this is gonna be keyword and summary. Thank you. And this I don't need. JSON schema. All right. Why you don't want? JSON schema. This is in options, not cons. Is that it? Yeah. And schema that I yet don't know. And this no. This I can just return, no? Yeah. That looks good. So let me see. I know endpoint element. Thank you. Okay. And then here, I will just promise all. Let keyword and summary, and this would be this. Nothing at the moment. JSON schema. Nothing at the moment. Okay. So basically I'm saying fetch metadata, fetch keywords and summary in parallel. I add this here. This is super annoying with try catch. Like this usually would be like this, no? Like that's how you do the structuring. But when you do a try catch, you have to declare it here, and then you can do the cons. So you have to like put this because otherwise JavaScript goes crazy. And yeah, why is this yellow? Because I'm not using it. So here, give it to me. Oh, it even does the join. Very clever. The only thing is that this we don't yet know where it is because the schema is an empty object. Okay, so the schema should be, and now this is happy. Fantastic. Okay, then this, yeah, So that's the thing, no? Like it's a bit different than the previous one, no? Because the previous one always returned the same schema, but this one, I'm saying it always returns this, but I have to pass a JSON schema. Doesn't make sense, no? Because this always returns this, so the JSON schema should be here. And perhaps the prompt too, because this is just fetch keywords and summary. Like, I want this to be a black box. I don't want people to be injecting prompts and things here. So let me cons from here, cons JSON schema. That's better, no? Okay, JSON schema. I have no idea. Give me a JSON schema for the Zod schema. Returning summary and tags. I'm so lazy talking to machines, honestly. Okay, and the prompt. So a prompt I prepared this here, which is a paper that I read in advance. Actually, I use it in the past. It's a really nice paper, and I don't know if it's true or not. It looks pretty scientific, but I am not the most scientific person in the world. But basically, that's the prompt, which is basically just like answer these questions and then summarize, like do a summary of the article. So kind of like, I think the idea is that if you make the LLM think about certain questions, it's gonna write a better summary. Yes, didn't want to accept. Let me check. This is correct. This is correct. I don't care about this. This can be a bit more. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna do this. It says, given the following article, first answer the questions, then answer the key pointer, generate a summary. See a brief summary. In my experience, they get really long. And yeah, that's content. The placeholder for things, it's content. So this is going to be the content of the article. And here, the questions, I'm going to pick the first three. And that's not arbitrary. It's basically, they test the different questions with different models and different domains. And overall, the first three, they work okay. They work nicely. They're not too bad. And I think also like 3 questions was good. After that, there was like diminishing returns. So that's fine. Again, I'm not doing science. I'm just doing something that hopefully it's good enough. And I can always iterate the prompt later. Maybe add some labels or whatever. Yeah. So that looks good. And now the question, because this is for the summary. I don't have anything similar for keywords, so I'm just gonna lazy. So return. Okay. Return JSON object with a summary and also a short list of relevant to the article. I don't know if that are relevant to the article. I somehow want to imply. Can you make it so the keywords are good for retrieval? I don't know if retrieval is written like this. Probably not. Okay. That looks rather complex. Return a JSON object with a summary, and that's all is. The keywords should be specific terms that someone would search to find this article. Nice. Yeah. I don't know. That sounds good to me. Yeah, let's do this. Okay, so now we have it doesn't receive anything. I hardcode the prompt. I hardcode the JSON schema. JSON schema, it's compatible with the Zod one, so I can safely parse, which means that here is understanding that this, it says there is any, but here it was detecting it well, no? Yeah, it's saying that summary is a string or array of tags, and we put the summary, and if not, we fall back to whatever they had, and tags we join because it's a varchar Very nice. So I think that's half of the feature already. So let's try. Let's try this. Yeah. So I'm using this as an endless. I mean, this is a very short article. So come on, Paul. What I've learned from users. Okay, you learn more from users. It's a good one. Is there anything else I have to do? No? I don't know. Let's see here. So let's see the push payload. So that's the mutation that we set. So as you see, we send the mutation with the bookmark ID, the URL. So the IDs have to be optimistic. So that's one of the gotchas of local first. You have to always use optimistic IDs. You cannot use incremental ones. And this is the pool. So basically, that's how replicas works. Like you push mutations and then you pull information. And here we receive a bookmark, a lock, which is basically a lock, and then the story. It has the tags. Why community startup founders user problems, and it has a summary that looks good. Okay, that surprisingly that worked pretty nicely. So let's add it here. No, like I wanted to add here the suggestions, so I can click on them to add them as tags, and the summary below. So that's gonna be. I think I'm done with backend, and now I'm gonna do frontend. So that component it's called a frame, and that's story detail. That's the one. Yeah, that's a tag selector. And there's a box. So I'm gonna put grab 12, and then here show. I mean, almost. Yeah, somehow like Cursor knows what I've been doing. No, like it's amazing. Yeah, it splits, nice, and this tag that doesn't exist, nice try. And tag and pop story that tags. Yeah, that's. So that's if that exists, and then it gives you back an accessor. That's solid.js, by the way. I forgot to present the technology. Okay, so that works. So those are the tags. Fantastic. Let's style this a little bit, no? This. So I want to style this, say, I want to use exactly this as style, but similar. So this is XS 508 of padding inline to, yeah, so pretty basic. So we're gonna call this export const tag suggestion class XS, and line was 2 and 8, yes, 24. That is good. That looks good. I think so. I would take it. And that would need, I think, as well, no? And we're gonna call it suggestion list class. That's perfect. Honestly, like I know people are hyped with agents, but I feel so productive and so in flow with just autocomplete. Why are all these people complaining now? Because this goes here and this goes here. That is correct. And this should be a Lee, no? Okay, something didn't make it. Let's refresh. Maybe. I mean, come on, that's amazing. I want this to be a button. Button it is, and so I can. Yeah, the cursor is already nice. Should I move this to the button so I can make the hover? Still works. Nice. Background. Linear gradient. Yeah. What is wrong here? 135 alpha. It cannot be a bar. So these are bars, and these are just, whatever. This is I have to change this because now you can do the from RGBA blah blah blah. You can already convert the color into alpha. Yeah, I haven't modernized this. Okay, that's nice. Nice effect, and maybe color and border color. Super nice. Okay, so now function on click suggestion, and then it gets the tags. If tags includes, whenever you see includes, it smells like sets. But yeah, well, I'm gonna check it. So if it includes that, do nothing. Otherwise, add it to the tags with the already existing tags with the new tag. Okay, let's add it. Looks good, and then here it should disappear. Good. Let's see these get tags, because get tags we do includes twice, and that smells fishy. But this needs to be an array. But doesn't matter. I can do new set and new set, and now this is a hash. Yeah, this is fine. Arrive from tags. Why are you complaining? Type unknown is set of unknown. What do you mean set of unknown? That's good, I guess. That does its job. Good. And there is us. Nice. So let's try it. Ooh, didn't work. Boom. Local value map is selected keys. Oh, so it looks like maybe we're using this somewhere else. No. Maybe that was. It did work actually. Yeah. Nice. Well, that's done. That's pretty easy. 34 minutes. So I can still add the summary. I have time. So where should I put it? This is when there's a bookmark. Summary, it can be even if there's no bookmark. No? I think anyone is interested on that. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's metadata for non-bookmarks, but whatever. I'm gonna put it here. Thank you. Okay, sounds good. Font size. I don't want mine. Here I want to put just summary. and font family, what was it called, accent, and perhaps this is an L. What are you complaining about? I think it forces, yeah, the accent cannot be, yeah. I add myself this constraint, so and this is probably without a gap because the line height should be enough. Should this be an emerald? 700 and this emerald 700, maybe 800, and this vale, okay. Border width, no? Okay, that's something. That's a big chunk. I say brief. And you add all of this. Is there like no paragraphs or anything like this? I'm curious to know why it did this. Oh, and it has a dash. Yeah. That's a big one. I might want to do the, like, I think ideally here I would do until here, and then I would add here like a button to unfold. Also, yeah, here to refresh. Yes, that looks a bit better. Yeah, when is this gonna be fixed? Who is the Safari and Firefox? No, is this the one? It was like something leading or something. Yeah, like basically this is annoying. I don't want the space above because this looks like it's bigger here than here, and that's not so good. Yeah, I'm not so sold about this color. It's very big. It's not subtle at all. Yeah, I think this might be better, and maybe I think this is all right. I'm not super sure, but maybe the problem is the accent doesn't work here. It's sans serif. The whole thing is serif. That's right. Aye. On family serif. No, I don't like it. I'm not super sure, but I think that's gonna be it for now. And now summary. This I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna create a memo here. Cons short summary. Split by period, no? And slice. Yeah. So what's the heuristic? I think I want to truncate summary by sentence, but I want to be sure that the resulting short summary is not longer than I don't know how many we said here was good, no? Sorry, you paid for my you paid for my click. So characters is, yeah, so I would say 500 characters, no? No, that's 500 characters and no shorter than 200. So basically, I want to start taking sentences because they might be short or not and try to land between 200 500. I think that would be good. Okay, let me see what he's proposing. He's still thinking. Perfect, whatever, blah, blah. So it says filter from each. So if it's result next result and continue, if it's above break and this break. So what happens otherwise? So if it's, I mean, it will never happen, no? Because this if it's less than 200, it cannot be more or equal than. So you will need to break. That's it. That is the last thing. And then this, and then this is probably telling me to just do this. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, looks roughly right. No, like if it's above 500, because if this case, then truncate and add ellipses. So this is the worst case scenario, which is basically that you don't manage to fall between this range, and then you go beyond, and then you have to truncate. Okay. Yeah, but I wanted to know if it's a short summary or not, though. You know, if it's the full sentence, I want to know. If result length is less than 200, yeah. I mean, I can know if I compare the lengths. Okay, so let's do this. So when short summary, then this should be short summary, and this should be short summary. Now here, I would say if the length is bigger than short summary length, so in this case, we're going to show a button, show more. No class for now. And yeah. Okay. And now here we know for sure there's a summary, there's a short summary, and the length of the summary is longer. Yeah. Okay. And now I have to do that. There's some state, so cons, show more, and on click here, set show more true, and here I guess we're gonna do show more. Yeah, that's it. Boom. And this should disappear, I guess. Should be show less. Exactly. And this should also be a toggle. So basically this is show more bank. Boom. Show less. Okay, that works, no? Only thing I would like this to be, can this be in line with this? It should be inside, no? Can this be inside text? Yeah, show more here. Okay, we just need a styling now. Done with you, I'm done with you. Export, con, show more class. It imitated basically the same style as before. I don't want border. I want background to be emerald under it. This is fine. This is fine. This is fine. This is fine. This is not fine. This is fine. We want 700. And this is fine. And this is fine. Let's see. Okay. That works. The only thing that's missing is a bit of space. And I'm too lazy to extract this and blah blah blah. I'm just gonna go margin left 12 and call it a day. Probably 8. No. Yeah. Even 4 maybe. Yeah. Is it visible? No invented. Oh. Show more. I have to say, like the gigantic buttons of Google. I don't know if there's an arrow, so maybe an arrow. Can I put an arrow here? Maybe one of those triangles, I don't know. Yeah, this way. The versatile thing. Okay, that's it. Yeah, so I think that works. I think that's perhaps summary should come here directly. This one, the king of M dashes. Yeah. Yeah, no. I think this belongs here. Just that I hate. I don't like it. Maybe that's it, eh? Yeah, I think that's it. Space here, no, and then space here. Maybe italic, one style. Oh, I don't have one style. I will leave it like this. Okay, it's almost 50 minutes, so I think we can call it a day. I'm pretty happy with this. I think I'm just gonna deploy it. So there's a to do. Just gonna comment this one. Ooh, yeah. that's because of the drizzle folder, which I'm always removing. I know you're not supposed to remove it, but it just doesn't make any sense to have it either. So yeah, drizzle is nice, but it has some rough edges, and I think migrations are okay if you just generate them on the fly and that's it. But yeah, that's good. That's good. So it works. It works. This is the, yes, styles. Yes, the short summary. Yeah, I haven't added tests. I'm sorry about that. The strict object, which we don't know yet what it does. And then we added this. Yeah, so that's added keyword suggestion and summarization of bookmarks. So we're gonna push, and that's gonna be in production. Okay, I hope you enjoyed. Perhaps you learned something, maybe not. But yeah, I had fun. Okay, bye bye.